Hummingbirds, Epiphone Hummingbirds. I quite recently acquired two of these lovely guitars. Here, right by me, one here and one here. And before I purchased the first one, I was looking into the rabbit hole of Epiphone Hummingbirds, and I was trying to see what all the fuss was about, and I realized there has been a lot of discussion about where have these been made, like China or Indonesia, and the differences in quality between them two. The usual consensus being that the ones made in Indonesia are far more superior to the Chinese ones. And well, anyway, when I purchased the first Hummingbird, I was aware that it would be probably made in China, but the reviews and so on were really good. So I really didn't mind that the Epiphone, the Hummingbird, would be made in China. So I bit the bullet and purchased myself a Hummingbird, and it sounded great. No complaints there. And after initially acquiring the first Hummingbird, after like 2 months, I purchased a second Hummingbird. And the reason behind this is that I needed to have a backup guitar for gigging and such, or when the other Hummingbird is visiting a luthier or whatever. And when I purchased the second Hummingbird used from this guy, and immediately when I tested it, because I actually had a chance to test it. The first Hummingbird I purchased online, so I didn't have like any. It was kind of blind buy, really blind purchase. But the second Hummingbird, I had a chance to test it, so of course I did. And immediately when I picked it up, I realized something, that hey, this feels different. And afterwards, when I started to play the guitar, I also realized that hey, this actually not only feels different, but it sounds different. And as it turned out, that guitar, that Hummingbird, was made in Indonesia. And then I realized that now I have one Hummingbird made in Indonesia and one made in China. And I thought that maybe some viewers might be interested in hearing these guitars back to back, and maybe make their own thoughts about the guitars, how they sound, and if there's any difference. And this might be useful for someone who is considering purchasing a Hummingbird, if they want to see if they are looking for especially a Chinese one or a Indonesian one. Maybe useful. I don't know, it could be. Anyway, I will not ramble more further on. I will play both of these guitars. I will do the mic setup different. I will have a stereo pair of two Rode microphones, and I will record the guitars similarly, play some similar stuff, and I will not do the great reveal until the end of this video, so you can make your own thoughts and how you feel about it, or if you can guess which one of these two guitars is made in China and which one is made in Indonesia. So, let's proceed to the actual playing part. So, the big reveal. Which one of these guitars is made in Indonesia? Which one is made in China? Well, the one on my right is made in Indonesia. It has more it has more weight to it. It's more heavier. Like initially when I went to pick up this guitar, when to purchase this guitar from the guy, I could immediately feel that, wait a minute, this is weird. I have the same guitar at home, but it's way more lighter than this one. The next thing is the neck. The neck is more thicker. I'm 99% sure that the neck is actually thicker than in the Chinese one. I haven't measured it, but I'm quite sure that it is so. And the most important thing is the sound. The sound, at least to my ears, is more robust, well pronounced. It has this roundness to it, and especially when I play this guitar, it resonates better. It has more oomph to it, definitely. And yeah, that's the main points I have to say about this guitar. It's beautiful, really beautiful guitar. And I also have to mention some other things. The previous owner had changed the tuners from the original ones to the Gotha, how is it pronounced? Gotha ones, and they're really good. He mentioned that the original tuner just like crumbled to pieces or something, so he changed the more premium ones to this guitar. And I also took this guitar to luthier, and he made a new bone saddle to this. Not because there was anything wrong with the previous one, but here in Finland the weather is the relative humidity gets really low, like especially this winter it got to even 10% and lower. And because I didn't humidify these guitars enough, the wood shrunk, and then I started to get like dead notes here and there. Not in many places, but especially around the 13th fret, it was really bad. So I got a new saddle, which is a bit higher than the other one, but that's a good thing because now I have so-called a winter saddle and also a summer saddle, if you will. So that's about this. That's what I have to say about this guitar. It's great. And then the Chinese one. It's more lighter. It's definitely more lighter. And as I said before, the neck is more. It's not so thick. And the timbre, the sound is different. I think it's more trebly, if that makes any sense. But still, it's not bad. And that's what I really want to like emphasize here, that I don't think it's so straightforward to say that the Indonesian ones in general are better than the Chinese ones, or that this specific one, the specific Indonesian Hummingbird is better than the Chinese one here, because it really boils down to the personal preference of how you want your guitar to sound. I think, well, there are of course like some guitars do sound really bad, not even objectively speaking, or objectively, whatever. Yeah, I do like this guitar too. It's great. When I'm doing a recording with acoustic guitars, I like to blend in these two guitars because they have different timbre. it's really great, so that I can mix them both up in the mix. And it's a really shame that the colors do go this way, because and how the guitars feel, because the perfect guitar for me would actually be the mix between these two. I would really like to have a bit more. I'd like to have the neck of this Chinese hummingbird in this Indonesian hummingbird, and the color too, because look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous guitar. Like, well, matter of preference, I guess, but really tasty. The Indonesian one looks great too, but oh yeah, one more thing. The serial number here. This is made in 25 actually, so quite recent, and March, so it's 2504, and then we get to the numbers, the fifth and sixth numbers, which respectively are 15, and that translates to a factory code in China. So that's how we can tell for sure that this is actually a Chinese hummingbird. So yeah, no further comments. I just wanted to share this little story about how did I ended up with two hummingbirds, and wanted to give a demonstration for both of these hummingbirds. So that'll be it.